Max and Leo were best buds. They did everything together, like building Lego spaceships and failing math tests. They had been inseparable since kindergarten, sharing countless adventures and misadventures. From exploring the neighborhood to creating their own secret language, their bond was unbreakable. Okay, maybe not everything together. They had their own quirks and interests, but that only made their friendship stronger. Max loved science fiction, while Leo was a budding artist. They often combined their passions, creating elaborate stories and drawings of alien worlds.
One day, they were hanging out at their favorite cafe, Chez Donut. It was their go-to spot after school, a place where they could unwind and talk about their day. The cozy atmosphere and the smell of freshly baked donuts made it feel like a second home. It had the best donuts in town. From classic glaze to exotic flavors like matcha and lavender, there was something for everyone. Max and Leo had tried almost every flavor, but their favorite was the chocolate-filled donut with sprinkles.
And the prettiest barista, Sara. She was not just beautiful, but also incredibly kind and attentive. She always remembered their orders and greeted them with a warm smile.
Sara was blind, but that never stopped her from doing her job with grace and efficiency. She had an incredible sense of awareness and could navigate the cafe effortlessly. But she had a way of lighting up the room. Her positive energy was contagious, and she made everyone feel welcome and appreciated. She always had a smile on her face, no matter how busy or stressful the day was. Her smile was like a ray of sunshine, brightening even the gloomiest days, and a kind word for everyone. She had a unique ability to make people feel special, whether it was through a compliment or a simple act of kindness.
Welcome, boys. The usual? Her voice was cheerful and familiar, making Max and Leo feel right at home. They nodded eagerly, ready to enjoy their favorite treats and share another memorable afternoon together.
Max liked Sara a lot. He couldn't help but feel a flutter in his chest every time he saw her. Her smile was like a ray of sunshine that brightened his day. He thought about her all the time. Whether he was in class, at home, or hanging out with friends, Sara was always on his mind. Like when he was supposed to be doing homework, which wasn't often, to be honest. His thoughts would drift to her, and he would find himself doodling her name in the margins of his notebook.
The problem was, Leo liked Sara too. Leo was Max's best friend, and this complicated things. They had always shared everything, but this was different. They both found themselves trying to be at Chez Donut when Sara was working. It became a silent competition between them, each trying to outdo the other in getting her attention.
One day, Max saw Leo writing a poem. Leo was never one for poetry, so this piqued Max's curiosity. He peeked over Leo's shoulder, trying to catch a glimpse of what he was writing. The poem was about someone with a smile that could light up the night. The words were beautiful and heartfelt. Max knew who it was about. It was about Sara. He felt a pang of jealousy, but also a sense of admiration for Leo's courage to put his feelings into words.
Oh, hey, Max. What's up? Sara's voice brought him back to reality. He smiled at her, trying to hide the turmoil of emotions he was feeling inside.
This whole liking the same girl thing was messing things up. Max and Leo weren't hanging out as much. They weren't even building Legos anymore.
We have to talk about this.
They were sitting on a park bench, kicking pebbles.
I know.
He looked like he'd lost his best friend, which kind of he had.
Everything okay, boys?
They both nodded, but deep down they knew things had to change.
We can't let this ruin our friendship.
He picked up a pebble and threw it across the park.
I agree, but what do we do?
Max took a deep breath.
We tell Sara how we feel.
Leo's eyes widened.
Are you crazy?
Maybe. But at least we'll know where we stand.
They told Sara how they felt. Separately, of course, they weren't that crazy. Sara listened patiently to both of them. She didn't laugh or act surprised. When they were finished, she just smiled.
I'm flattered, but I need to get to know you both better before I can think about anything like that.
Max and Leo looked at each other, their eyes filled with a mix of surprise and understanding. They hadn't thought about that before, but now it seemed so obvious.
How about we all hang out together? We could do something fun and memorable. We can go to the movies or maybe a concert. There are so many things we can do together.
Max and Leo both thought that was a great idea. They smiled and nodded in agreement, feeling a sense of excitement. They realized that being friends with Sara and each other was more important than anything else. Their bond was strong, and they knew they could overcome any challenge together. And that, my friends, is how their friendship survived the great Sara situation. They laughed, celebrated, and cherished the moments they spent together, knowing that their friendship was truly special and would last forever.